as a kind of part-time profession. They're basically looking to become, make a second income on basically the side of their job that they have right now, and that's not that's pretty normal, honestly. You'll find a lot of individuals, especially nowadays, have started to do that. Now that the trading community is becoming so easily accessible for so many individuals all around the world, so many people are now kind of, pulling up their pants and getting into it. And they've always known for a lot of people that they should get into it, that it's something they should start looking into, trading on a side, looking at stocks, looking at commodities, looking at currencies, following the markets. And it's common for a lot of individuals to be a little bit nervous when they first start, especially if they've never done it before. There are a lot of different things that happen on the platform that are quite overwhelming. If you log on to the station for the first time, it can be quite overwhelming if you're not used to it. But that's honestly what we're here for at the end of the day. I always tell people that whenever they start trading in the online community, there's always going to be a bit of a risk involved. But that risk is always going to start diminishing as soon as you start educating yourself a little bit more. So as soon as you can start educating yourself and attending webinars, taking our course, et cetera, the risk is going to obviously go down, and the chances of you making profit are ultimately going to go up. So it's so important for you guys to do this, and that's what we're here for at the end of the day. We're here to help you guys out. We want to see you make money on the platform. Honestly, we really do. So it's obviously in our best interest to make sure you guys as traders are fully educated and fully good to go. And we enjoy seeing it as well. And we have our resources dedicated fully to making sure you guys trade all day, every day. That's what we want to see as professionals. Sometimes our resources are spread pretty thin, so we do have things to help you guys, and that's exactly what the webinar is today. The social trading and trading signals, these are things that the Currency House team produces on a day-to-day basis, and things that you guys can take part in your own that you don't actually need us for, especially social trading. So both are huge aspects, and then we're going to get into a little something that you guys might have seen in the emails coming out quite recently. I know they've been sending out in the beginning a lot of traction, so we're just going to go over that near the end of the webinar, and then after that we're going to be hosting a question answer period for those individuals out there that still have any sort of burning questions. We'll see if there's anything we can help you guys out with. So let's go ahead and get started just so we can make sure that question and answer period isn't too far away. Okay, getting started. So very simple stuff. Let's just go ahead and log into the platform right now just so you guys can see it. It's very simple to get onto it, just currencyhouse.com. Hope my internet connection is strong here. Let's see. Okay, good. Once that is open, you guys will see this trading platform come up. Once the site is good to go, let's get here, currencyhouse.com. My internet is obviously not doing too well. It's always the symptom of as soon as you guys, oh, here we go. Okay, perfect. Great. It's raining quite hard where I am right now, so my internet's a little slow, so apology guys for the slight delays you may see. It's just because of the crazy rain outside of the office right now. So live, login, live or demo, very, very simple stuff, guys. You'd be surprised how many people kind of falter on this step, and if they have a demo account, they click live and they don't understand why it's not working. It's because there's two different accounts. You got to make sure you have either. If you're looking to open an account, very simple, just this green button here. Let us know which one you want to open. Any demo accounts naturally populate with 100K practice money, and they're open for a short period of time if you guys decide you need a little bit of practice before jumping into a live account with us. Again, if you do want to open a live account with us, just quickly, guys, there's no inactivity fees or transfer fees with opening a live account with us. You'll have the option to just let your funds sit in your live account, but you will receive the full bulk of our training services that we offer our clientele base. So quick live account, and we'll quickly get the server station open. It's just loading up right here. Great. Put in your user ID. You'll get your user ID from your password that you get with your email, and simply click login. So the platform is not downloadable. You don't need to download it. Everything comes up on a real-time basis and is hosted on a cloud server. So you just need internet access in order to access the platform. And you don't even need that high-powered of internet access either. The platform runs very seamlessly on all sorts of different software servers. So it's very, very easy to get the platform up and going from wherever you are. Also, if you are using a cell phone, the X mobile app is absolutely fantastic. It's top rated and award winning. So, and that works just on 3G or even like a 4G platform. So there's always that option in case you guys can't find internet access. You can always trade from anywhere. So just like that, the platform opens. Right now, we're currently on the Forex menu. You guys will see this. If you see on the left-hand side of your screen, you're going to have 4 options right here. The Forex side is always the one that's going to be naturally highlighted as soon as you log into the platform. You'll see this square highlighted right here. Underneath, you'll see a few other options, X Social being one of them. That's where individuals can trade on the X Social side of the platform. We're going to be looking into that in just a little bit of detail today. That's a really big tool in case you're kind of pressed for time and are looking for alternatives. Options, that's binary options. That's really for individuals who kind of want something extremely fast, extremely simple. That can be a good case for individuals who are pressed for time and don't want to sit around and watch the platform move by like small little pips. Binary options is very quick. You can set your expiry time within, a minute or 2 minutes. So, right before you go to work or maybe on your lunch hour, if you want to make a quick binary trade, that's always going to be an option. And then underneath we have store. That's where you can add apps to your platform, training modules, that kind of thing. So we're not going to be going into store in too much details and neither an option. We're going to be sticking to Forex and social on today's webinar. So let's hop back onto the platform now, or sorry, the PowerPoint presentation, and keep moving forward. So as you see here, guys, just so we can stay on this screen, let's see what we got next here, actually. Okay, placing a trade. Yeah, let's do that. Okay, so whenever we place a trade on the platform, just very simple. This is probably going to be a little bit repetitive for individuals who have stuck with us for the last few webinars. Whenever you place a trade on the webinar, you're always going to see this orange dotted line come up. This orange dotted line on the candlestick charting graph represents a current position that is held on the graph. So if you ever see this orange dotted line, this represents a position that has been struck on the Forex screen trading menu, okay? So this particular chart right here, it's a candlestick chart and it represents Euro USD in a 15-minute increment. Euro USD means that we are currently examining the euro. If you're ever confused by the multiple currency denominations, it's always going to be the first one that you're examining. But you're examining it in the second currency. So what is the value of a euro in US dollars? If it's USD CAD, what's the value of the US dollars in Canadian dollars? If it's USD JPY, what's the value of the US dollar in Japanese yen? It's always, the first chart is always representative of the first currency denomination with the second currency consistently moving. So you can see that this vertical axis right here, that is US dollars. So how many US dollars at this given time does it take us to purchase a euro? And also, each little candlestick you can see here, all these are in little candlesticks, represent a 15-minute increment. That's what it's mean by M15. So just so you guys have the basics out of the way, and so you know this orange dotted line represents position taken in the platform. As of right now, you can see if you press your face almost right to the screen, you'll see a buy symbol right here, okay? The buy, the UI, that represents a position taken in the platform of a buy. So if somebody represents a buy or they take a buy, they are going long, as we say in the industry. They've gone long on a currency. This means that they want the particular currency to be going up in value in a particular period of time. You can see here that the individual who placed this trade and bought this currency has accurately predicted the market because it actually bounced up at this time. You can see here that the value of the euro increased, which is exactly what he wanted. Remember, he bought it, he went long. That means you want it to go up in value. That's why if you look down here, the profit, sorry, let me get off my cursor so you can see that. The profit is currently at $166. That's because the individual predicted the market correctly. Alternatively, if you were to sell it or go short, if you short something as it's referred to in the industry, remember those two terms, short and long, buy and sell, that means you want it to do the opposite. You want it to go down in value. So if this individual had, sold this instead of bought it and it increased in value, then he'd be down profit right now. He'd be minus $166 on the trade. So we wouldn't want that. Very simple stuff. So let's go ahead and actually execute a trade on the platform and we'll see how that goes. Okay, so USD CAD. Currently trending downward. If you guys read the brief every morning, you'll know that we have predicted that the US dollar will continue to slide down. this massive hike right here that we've seen almost hit $1.30, which is absolutely huge on USD CAD. That was caused by two different Fed heads recently that have come out. They have basically been pretty pretty famous in the past of being very hawkish, as they say in the industry, toward the current rate hike scenario facing the U.S. If this is going all over your head, don't worry. Just for the individuals that follow the brief every morning, this is something that they might get refreshed on. The brief, if you guys don't know, if you have an account with us, you do receive the morning brief every morning. That goes over some trades and some graphs out to be looking for the day and exactly the current financial market system out there. So for those individuals who have read it, you'll know that essentially these two Fed heads came out and they said that there will likely be at least 3 rate hikes for the US dollar. This really buoyed up the US dollar big time. That's why it hit this high right here. But these guys are pretty famous for coming out and saying these randomly hawkish tones. They call it a hawkish tone in the market toward these rate hikes. Then Janet Yellen, who is the head of the Federal Reserve, always comes out and says, don't listen to these guys. You know, they don't really know what they're talking about, more or less. This is what she always comes out and then ends up saying that. So we predicted that this $1.30 mark is really going to be a high point for the US dollar. So you can keep your eye on it. It's going to be consistently moving down. So if we predict that something is going to be moving down, what do? We sell it. So it's this red button right here. Remember, red means you're predicting that it's going to be going down, while blue means that you want it to go up. That's all you got to really think about when you're looking to place a trade. Red, you want it to go down. Blue, you want it to go up. It's that simple. You either just got to click either or. If you have a smaller account, anything from $1,000 or less, make sure you stick to a 0.1 lot increment. Make sure you stick to that. That's going to be very powerful. It's going to mean every pip. You'll see a pip is basically these last two numbers at the end of the currency pair. It's fractions of a cent. Every pip is going to be equal to about $1. So remember that. So always stick to 0.1 lot. If you're ever confused, don't go up. Once you have a couple trades under your belt, the 0.1 lot, you'll understand why it's a little bit more powerful to increase your lot size. So just stick to that and click the red button to short it. Would you like to sell? Yes, I would like to sell. I would like to short it. Okay, so just like that, 2 buttons pressed, the trade has been placed. The orange line is being a little covered by the white current market line. Obviously, there's a little bit of a negative running because the very small spread that's taken on each trade. So just like that, our trade is currently in place right now. So you just graduated from level 1. That's level 1. Next step is placing a stop loss and a take profit. What a stop loss and a take profit does, it allows you to walk away from the system. So this is kind of the first step in understanding how to day trade without actually being at your computer. Very fundamental. If this is the only thing you're doing, then you basically just have to sit at your computer and wait until this number goes positive, and then simply click this X button. When you click this X button, the trade is executed and the profit is added to your current overall balance. So if you guys have all the time in the world, you can just sit at your computer all day and watch the screen. But like I said earlier, chances are that's not going to be the case. So by placing a stop loss and a take profit, that eliminates that. So a take profit is in place. It sets a marker specifically that you believe that the market value is heading in. When it hits that particular point, the trade is closed and the profit that would have accumulated from that trade goes into your account. So let's go ahead and place a take profit on that trade. So to get up your take profit and stop loss lines, you simply put your cursor over the orange dotted line and click it. When you do, you're going to see these 2 lines come up just like that. Okay? Because we sold it, we want it to go down, our take profit is going to be on the bottom. So that's where our profit potential is going to be, right? We want the market to keep moving down because we pressed the red button. We sold it. So all you do is you put your cursor over the white line, your take profit line, and you start dragging it. And as you drag it, if you guys look closely, you'll be able to see that the profit is currently going up on the trade. See? Every single pip I go up, my profit is also increasing, almost at $1 to a pip value. So let's move it all the way down to about 42 pips, which is a pretty good profit line. So we click yes. This means that we can totally now walk away from the platform, close it down, go to our other job, go walk our dog, go to the gym, go do whatever. And if this line gets struck by the market line, so if the market, if the overall value of the market hits that line, the trade will naturally close and the profit will be added to our account. So we won't even be at the platform. So it's that simple, guys. Like even in its most basic form, you can do this before you go to work in the morning or at lunch. Just place this trade, walk away, knowing that if that line is hit, you will naturally be awarded with that profit. Alternatively, if you're worried that the market is going to swing in the opposite direction, as you can see, it's ticking up a bit here. Our profit isn't looking too good. You can create a stop loss, and I definitely recommend doing that. So a stop loss is the opposite of a take profit. It's going to close your trade at a negative. So that's in case the market swings drastically in the other direction for whatever reason. Maybe some news comes out of nowhere that Canada just increased their employment rate by a crazy amount or something like that, or the wildfires in Fort McMurray have spread beyond control and jobs are being lost. Okay, so say that news breaks the wire and all of a sudden the Canadian dollar starts dipping a lot. I want to make sure that my stop loss is in place to minimize any sort of risk that I have on this particular position that I have out. So I'm going to make my stop loss half of my take profit, which is always a very good system to have in place. You always want to make it half. Okay? So simply say the same thing, just click and drag and click yes. So just like that, my take profit, my stop loss is in place. I can just walk away from the platform at this point and not have to worry about anything happening. Like literally my trade's in place, I can just walk away, I don't have to worry about it. The other thing that we can do is a market order, and I actually currently have a market order open that we can take a peek at. So Euro USD is another example of a particular US commodity or currency that has been getting smoked. Euro USD represents the value of a euro in compared to US dollars. So if the value of the US dollar is going up, we're going to see Euro USD go down, which is exactly what's happened here. This massive dip that it's taken, sorry, excuse me, this massive dip that it's taken was a result of that particular two Fed heads that have come up. Same thing with the USD CAD. Remember, they both have USD in their currency pairs, so they're both going to be affected by news coming out of the US economy. But the US dollar is reversed, right? Here, USD CAD, the US dollar is in the front, but Euro USD, the USD comes second. So it's a little tricky. Just understand that it's the inverse, basically. So that's why this is going down while the US dollar was actually going up and then changed. Okay, so for Euro USD, I currently have a buy limit in place. If we zoom in on the platform, we'll see I have a buy limit currently in place. So what a buy limit does is it takes the take profit and stop loss one step further. In order to make it, you simply click on this line right here. That creates your this little ticker right here. So this basically allows you to set an entry point on the system that will strike the trade immediately as soon as the market hits that particular line. Okay? So all you do to get that is click on this little squiggly guy right here, right up here, right beside the two buttons that you press in order to make the trade. So I currently have a buy limit right here. So if the market line hits this particular line right here, which I believe it will before it starts rocketing back upwards, the trade will naturally strike. And if it does strike, it will strike with these two particular take profit and stop loss range already in place. So the euro will continue to drop slightly, but once it reaches this kind of limit point that we can see that it has hit in the past, it will skyrocket back up. And that's what we're thinking, and that's what's probably going to end up happening. So that's a particular buy limit. That's why you would place it. You want to place it at these little points of resistance when you're looking at kind of like a daily chart. It's a very long period of speculation. You can place these buy limits so as soon as the market hits that particular point of resistance, you know the chances are the market will continue back up in the other direction. So that's taken it one step further. This I have in place, and I know eventually it's going to hit it, and eventually I'm going to make profit on it. I don't know when that is, but I'm not going to be at the computer when that particular trade strikes. I could be sleeping. I could be at, I could be at the gym. I could be making food. I could be at the grocery store. You could be anywhere. So, but I know that if it hits that particular market line and it hits that particular price, it will naturally strike with the take profit and stop loss that I already have in place. If you have forgotten how to do it, remember everything I just talked about is all up here, right beside the particular Euro USD daily one chart, okay? You press the red button to short, blue button to go long, squiggly line to take the market order out, okay? All simple, all right here, guys. The Xstation makes it extremely simple for individuals to create these type of orders. Okay, so That took a little bit longer than I thought, but hopefully that makes sense to everybody. It's really difficult to kind of, make that intro base because there's so many different components for individuals that are totally new to it. So hopefully that helped, and hopefully it was a good reminder for individuals that have already seen it. So let's go ahead and look at X Social. So remember, in order to get to X Social, you simply click on this one right here. So X Social, if you guys aren't aware, is essentially kind of an integration of social media into the online trading platform era. So what it has allowed us is it allows us to see virtually every player currently trading in the XStation world. So any player currently, or any trader currently out there, currently trading, currently making money, is going to be ranked on XStation. So it sounds almost too good to be true. It isn't. It's a huge process that the tech providers have gone under to create this particular platform. It's not very highly used because, again, it is a little overwhelming for individuals when they first come to the platform. If you are going to use X Social, I definitely recommend trying to have a balance upwards of 1,000 USD. That's just to account for volatility purposes. Again, I definitely recommend that. I have seen traders make money with less. Just something that I definitely recommend to, again, take down some risk associated with trading in the X Social world. So what we can see here, I currently have all the traders ranked by equity. So these are all the traders in the world. You can see their nicknames, their country of origin, where they're currently trading out of. The XStation platform actually started out of Poland, so that's why you can see a lot of Polish traders are dominating in terms of the top 10. A lot of these guys are very talented. We follow a lot of them on a day-to-day basis. In the brief every morning, we do talk about traders to follow and talk about traders that are currently on the top 10. You can see Norbert K has come up a lot. He's a very experienced trader. He or she is a very experienced trader, has a great overall equity, and has made a lot of profit in pips. And that's something you can rank as a trader. So you can rank profit, you can rank equity, you can see the number of trades the trader has made. You can see the max drawdown. That's exactly how low they're willing to allow their trades to go. You can see that I currently have a small, like a negative profit running, $0.93. That means that I have a current max drawdown of one negative pip. So these guys, sometimes they have huge account balances of a lot of money. You can see that Norbert has an account balance of $127,000. So that's a lot, right? So they can allow their accounts to draw into quite a high negative. Without any sort of worry that they're going to get a margin called or they're going to lack equity. So you can see the drawdown, you can see the runtime, how long they've been on their current run, and the ultimate winning percentage associated with their account. So you can see the amount of winning percentage. If you click on the trader, their strategy will come up in this box over here. You'll see exactly kind of how their runtime has been going. Has it been steadily going upwards? Are they kind of currently at their cap? Have they reached their stride yet? You'll be able to see the average profit they make per trade. This trader makes about 157 pips per trade, which is pretty huge. You can see their overall pips, the trade numbers, the max drawdown, everything. Once you kind of have a trader that you like, you can see their provider history. This shows exactly what they've been trading in the past. You can see that a lot of top traders in the game tend to stick to indices. The US 100, the DE30, those are all pretty massive indicators for huge economies around the world, the DE30 being Germany, the US 100 obviously being the United States. You can see these, and a lot of traders trade them very often because the validity and the pips that fluctuate on a day-to-day basis for those particular instruments is quite volatile and quite high. So it means that there is a lot of profit to be potentially made on those indices. Again, something a little bit more advanced just for some thought when you guys start picking your own instruments to trade on. Okay, so you can see their open positions too, what they're currently trading. This trader is actually sticking to a couple commodities in recent times, gold and oil. That's cool to see. And ultimately what they've been trading in the past. So you can see on the left-hand side here, if there's so many traders, you can rank them all. You can scroll down, see where they're all from, see what countries are currently in the top levels. And then once you find a trader that you like and you think can mimic your strategies, you can try to copy them. Some traders, depending on their strategies, will actually allow you to marginally copy them, which is very important. Mel, I believe, is this trader from Poland, is one that I've looked at with a few different traders. A very small drawdown, only about 6,000. They have a great overall equity. It's 92,000, a huge equity and a huge winning percentage and a huge profit level they've attained. That's pretty massive. Good run time. They've made about 47 trades, so still kind of new, but a great winning percentage of 94%. So say you want to copy this trader. You simply just click on copy. If you set automatically, this means that whatever the trader places, you will place. So if the trader trades oil and makes a 90 pip profit on oil and then closes the trade and banks the profit, that you do as well. So it's basically you do exactly what the trader does. This can be very good, but it also can be very bad. This trader, again, has $92,000 in his or her account. So unless you have $92,000 in your account, I wouldn't recommend doing automatically, right? Because this trader is trading based on his or her account size. So you want to make sure that you manually copy the trader. So what you can do here is you can copy the trader to within a certain degree. So whenever the trader makes a trade higher than a certain percentage, you only make a marginal copy of that trader. So again, I definitely recommend to a lot of traders making sure that their trades are only open to 0.10 lot size, which is very important, okay? So that means that whenever the trader makes a trade, you only trade 0.10 lots. And that's extremely important in case you have account size of $1,000 or lower. That's a very important thing you've got to look at. The other side of it is maximum total open positions. You don't want more than 3 positions opened, especially if you have a $1,000 account. If you only have a $500 account, I would say only 2 positions opened, or else you run the risk of your account fluctuating to a pretty high degree. So if you have $1,000 or less, this is probably what you should be copying on your trader. Mel is a very good trader for those individuals looking for someone to copy right now. It'd be better if we took a look at your current portfolio and current position before we recommend the trader, but this is a very good trader for you guys to take a peek at if you currently have a live account with Currency House and are currently looking at basically somebody to manage your account for you on our social platform. So this is kind of a freebie from us to you. Mel is a very good trader for this. If you guys have an account size with about $1,000 or less, I would definitely take a peek at what we're doing here. I'll keep the slide open for just a second or two just so you guys can kind of feast your eyes on it. Take a screenshot if you need, but this is what I definitely recommend. So once you have decided on your positions, again, total maximum trailing loss, not exactly important. Again, some of these traders will allow their trades to go a little negative, but if you're only copying to a 0.10 lot contract, that kind of takes care of it, so you don't have to worry about that. So then you just click OK. You'll see the trader come up on your portfolio down here. I believe I was actually already copying the trader, so that's why it didn't obviously stick. But normally the trader will come up on your portfolio down here. Once the trader comes up on your portfolio, you can enable or disable the trader anytime or remove the trader entirely from your list. So I'm going to go do that right now. Delete the strategy. So just like that, guys, that is how to use the social platform. Again, very, very, very simple stuff. There's nothing to really consider. Again, if you guys have a live account with us and it does have that $1,000 range, you kind of are in that silver territory, you're going to have an account rep that can actually walk you through the social trading scene, either on WhatsApp or on Skype, and we can actually discuss with you some traders to look at that actually match your account size and match the aggressiveness of your trading strategy that you're willing to pursue into the market. Are you risk on or are you risk off? That's all going to affect the trader that we end up deciding is right for you. So that is something that you guys can definitely do in order to day trade with a busy schedule. Social is a very, very powerful tool. I've seen people make a lot of money off it. I know I use this example a lot back in the day, but I saw a trader make $1,000 over a weekend off a trader that we had recommended for quite some time there. They were trading the DE30 and they made about $1,000 in about 3 trades over the weekend. So they were quite happy with that. The profit potential is there. Definitely recommend taking a peek at it. And it's definitely something to look at in case you're looking to trade with a busy schedule. Especially if you have a bigger account, by all means, guys, use our analyst team, use us. We're there to help you and look at a trader for you guys to copy. The last thing is our trading signals that I want to go over with you guys as well. So our trading signals will start this Monday. If you have a live account with Currency House, you will receive daily signals from us via email. So this is pretty huge for a lot of individuals out there. For anybody that has dealt with another broker, this doesn't happen very often. Daily signals are very difficult to come by. we've extended our analyst capacity here at Currency House. So that's why we have the ability to actually send you guys daily signals and daily signals that we believe will profit. So they're going to be handled in both North American and European hours. If you guys have a live account with us and you are a you are a live account holder, meaning you've deposited into your account, by all means, you can have them for sure. The only thing is that we can't provide them to individuals with a demo account or that haven't provided us with a deposit yet. This is just for processing purposes. If I could give them to you guys, I would, but obviously we need to make sure our resources are dedicated to individuals who have made the leap to a live account with us and are willing to trade. Again, if you guys want to test out the signals, you're more than welcome to just open a live account, deposit funds, let your funds sit there, and if any reason, for whatever reason you guys want to withdraw, the option's always there too. You're not going to get charged inactivity fees. You're not going to get charged a transfer or processing fee. We're quite confident that once you deposit and once you start trading with us, you're not going to want to withdraw until you start seeing those profits, which will be very shortly, especially if you're using the daily trading signals. So that's why we always tell individuals, if you guys want the full kind of slew of our services, feel free to open an account, deposit funds, see how it is, dip your toes. I'm sure you're going to want to jump in as soon as you kind of see the amount of guidance that we help with our traders and the responsiveness of our analyst team. So on a final note, just before we start the question period, obviously, I'm sure you guys have probably seen this in the newsletters that have been going out, but Currency House is now a sponsor of the New York Vendy race that's going to be set to take place near the end of May. I believe it is May 28th. It's going to start. So in honor of this, we are actually going to be handing out bonuses to our clients that choose to deposit with us until the start of the race. So if you are interested in taking advantage of a bonus that is going to be special to the Vendy, definitely let us know. This is a pretty big event for Currency House. This is a huge sailing race that's going to be happening around New York, and it's in preparation for the Vendy Global, which is actually going to be a sailing race around the world. It only happens every 4 years, and less people have completed this than actually have climbed Everest. So it's absolutely huge in the sailing community. If you guys out there are sailors, you will know about this. So in honor of this, we're going to be giving out a 50% bonus to individuals who choose to deposit with Currency House. So if you are interested in receiving these signals this Monday and you are interested in receiving this bonus, please feel free to drop us a line. You can either send an email to info@currencyhouse or an email to your provider. We will make sure to get you the deposit sheet immediately, and we'll make sure to get you on the list for the trading signals and the bonus. So from all of us here at Currency House, though, guys, we really hope you enjoyed that webinar today. If you have any questions, we will be sticking around for just a little bit here. Your question box is on the top right-hand side of your screen, so please feel free to drop us a line in that, and we will answer you when we can. But thank you guys so much for attending the webinar this evening. Best of luck trading, and we hope to see you out on the platform very soon.